movies for black girl nerds.
Thank you, Andy, for your time. I appreciate it. I've been enjoying these interviews with your castmates and now with you. And speaking with Rob and Zoe, they described the relationship between Batman and Catwoman. It was more emotional compared to some of the other Batman movies that we've seen before. When you look at Alfred, a meaningful character who's always been in the lives of Batman, how would you describe the connection with them in this film compared to other versions of Alfred that we've seen in the past?
I think equally that there is a very complex emotional bond between Alfred and Bruce, and that is because of Alfred as character in our version is on kind of on the outside. He is he's a soldier. He comes from there's a psychopathy that comes with that being a soldier. There's a desensitization of the world that he's lived in as a soldier, and then he's gone through to work with MI5 or MI6, and then become a close protection and security guard for this big Wayne estate, and so there's that side of him, but actually. The tragedy of the Alfred in our version is that he can never be the father figure that he has to replace, and so and yet he does try, and he doesn't have the emotion. He's not emotionally intelligent enough to kind of be that father figure. Although that's the tension in their relationship. He wants to be that, but he can't do it. And so he sees it as an impotence and a failure in himself. Obviously, he's carrying an enormous amount of guilt for not being there for Bruce at the moment of need and witnessing the murder of his parents, and then equally watching this sort of teenager disappear from his grasp and put himself in great danger and consistently, in an attempt to define Bruce define his own life and to come to terms with what he is and what he's come from, the privilege and to deal with that, it again provides this kind of fractured relationship. And I think it's an emotional relationship, but it's not easily defined in that sense.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a lot of depth. It's complicated for an adult that's been over the supervision of a child for 3/4 of his life, and to still have that disconnect between them when you would think there would be such a completely intimate relationship like a typical parent-child relationship. But what I enjoyed particularly is your embodiment of it. And I thought of all the different types of characters that I've seen you play throughout your career. When you look at Alfred, a character who's depicted as very straight-laced, a military person who lacks that emotional heaviness to himself because he's just not equipped to have it. How do you approach a character like that? Because we've seen you very big characters, voice characters, so many just different varieties, so much range in your abilities. How did you approach how you wanted to depict Alfred?
Well, Matt Reeves has written him in a very particular way, and we talked a lot. And actually, even when we were working together on the Apes movies, the whole notion of family and parenthood was such great, strong themes throughout that. And Matt, I think part of the reason that Matt cast me to play Alfred was because he wanted to see me as me play that, play out those emotions and or where he's struggling to have those emotions. So, but I mean, I also, I am a father, and I have, 3 children. The last of my children are growing up and are sort of 17, 18, and so there is plenty to draw on, to draw on in real life in terms of how to guide and let go and not overstep your mark. And you want that child to leave and own the world for themselves, but at the same time not do themselves damage. There are many things that one can relate to, for sure.
For sure. I have this one the same age. Definitely an actor, definitely a father, virtually an actor. I like how you said that. Thank you so much for your time. Wonderful performance and a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Chandra. Bye-bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.